Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Liad. This week, I'm trying to capture magic, hold on to it, and make it grow. So my character is a level 2 wizard. I'm just kidding, that phrase just reminded me of D&D and fantasy stuff. But seriously, what is the magic I'm trying to capture, and how can you apply it to your own art? First off, I want to be clear. This is more of a style thing. Unfortunately, it's not a shortcut to bypass learning the fundamentals and developing your skills. And honestly, as an artist, you never really stop learning and growing and trying to improve your skills. But there comes a point where just honing your technical skills has diminishing returns. To take your art to the next level, you need to develop your style along with your skills. Depending who you ask, style sometimes gets a bit of a negative connotation because it's this thing that you put on top separate from your skills and your abilities. But I don't view it that way. To me, style can be that, but style is also the expression that you want your art to have, and the skills are what allow you to achieve that style. There are tons of videos on YouTube about developing your style, and they're all trash, and this is the only one you will ever need. That's not true at all. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm in a silly mood, apparently. I actually recommend checking out Chelsea Lang. She has some great insights on this. There are also amazing concept artists who talk about style development, and I'm sure plenty of other artists on YouTube cover it too. I'm not here to rehash the topic, though. Instead, I want to talk about something specific that happens in your own style. Let me know if this has ever happened to you. You start a painting, and at some point in the process, it feels like it has something really special, like you've captured some kind of magic. But by the time you finish, that magic feels like it's faded. Not that the piece is bad or ruined, but that special spark is missing. That's the magic I'm trying to hold on to. And to be clear, what that magic is will be different for everyone and every style. But if that feeling resonates with you, I want to share how I'm working towards capturing it and how you can too. For me, when I'm working on these daily paintings, that magic moment usually happens pretty early, about a quarter of the way into the process, maybe a little later. It's when the painting is emerging from the background. But it's not just that it's faded or unfinished, there's this effortless quality to it. So why not stop there and call the painting done? It's very tempting and definitely would be faster. But I don't stop, because at that stage, there are usually issues in the painting that need to be resolved. Plus, while it might have that magic, it often lacks depth and complexity. It's an interesting paradox. The more I refine a painting, the more magic it seems to lose. But the more I try and hold on to the magic, the fewer options I have to develop the painting. I'm not satisfied with that. I want both. I mean, if I can't eat the cake, what's the point in having the cake? And if I can't have the cake, I can't eat it. Either way, no cake. And I love cake. Which brings me to how I'm working to capture the magic. The first step is evaluation and analysis. Filming yourself painting is super useful for this. But if that's not an option, progress photos work too. The idea is to pinpoint when the painting had that magic and analyze what made it special. Then compare that to the final piece and see what's missing. If you're comfortable using digital tools, you can experiment with adjustments and digital painting to bring back that magic, to help you really analyze what works. Here are my insights so far. Contrast plays a big role. The painting feels more magical when the contrast is lower, allowing the figure and the background to blend together. Lost edges and abstract elements help merge the background and the figure. Visible, intentional brushstrokes in key areas add to the effect. Not overworking details, keeping things loose. Those were my previous insights, but after today's painting, I have even more insights. It's not just about the figure blending with the background. It has to feel like it's forming into existence. It can't just be faded like a digital effect, it's more than that. More lost edges might help. It's a balancing act between soft, expressive marks and well-placed hard edges. I don't think the level of detail and refinement is the issue. Rather, it's about the balance between what areas are detailed and what areas aren't. Lower contrast between values, but higher contrast in saturation and hue can preserve the mood while still describing form. This painting turned out great, and I'm really happy with so many elements of it. As artists, it's important to recognize that a painting can be both good and still not quite where we want it to be. That's one of the funny things about art. The goalpost is always moving. That carrot, that dangling carrot, is always just out of reach. Years ago, I would have been ecstatic to paint at this level. Now I see it as another stepping stone. This one took me a little longer because I was so focused on getting the look I wanted. The reason it took longer is because when you're pushing yourself to learn something new, other aspects of your art often suffer because your mental energy is so focused on one element. But since I sell my paintings on my website, I wanted to take extra time to ensure that I was happy with all aspects of it. And yes, that does mean that this painting is available on my website for $250 as part of my daily painting series if you wanted to take it home. In the next painting video, I'll try and implement today's insights. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that update. If you decide to try an exercise similar to this, I'd love to see your before and after results. You can share them in my Discord community or tag me on social media. Links are in the description. Have an amazing week or weekend. And as always, happy painting!